having it. She tells them whatever, just go away. But when they go away and Carly Beth takes a bite of her sandwich, she notices this PB&J is a little more chewy than normal and tastes a little like they put a live worm in her sandwich.
That's a crime. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you didn't already know, act like you know, because it's that as well. So let's hop right into this video. So today we are reacting to the Creepiest Kids show by DerekFDB. So before we hop in, you already know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's just hop right into this video.
Kid shows aren't normally something that's supposed to be scary. In fact, they're the opposite. They're usually the most bright and happy, sweet and kind pieces of media you can find in the world. But sometimes there are kid shows that are a little darker.
Oh my god. Return the slab. This is Return the Slab. Where is it? We just passed it. Hold on.
Pieces of media you
let
can
me show
find in
y'all
the world.
if y'all don't
but
know.
Sometimes there are kid shows.
Return the slab. Return. That's from Courage the Cowardly Dog, for those of you that don't know. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog because I love horror movies and stuff. So, especially a little bit of like creepy shows too. But yeah, anyways.
Shows that are a little darker. Ones that traumatize.
Oh,
I remember
what is
back
that?
in elementary school around Halloween time. My teacher decided she would put something on for the class to watch. She had done this before, so we were all excited.
Okay.
I was excited. We all sat in rows on the colorful rug, crisscross applesauce, everybody's knees touching. And she rolled out one of those old big TVs, the ones that give you that fuzzy feeling when you touch them. I was stoked. I was excited to see SpongeBob or Shrek or whatever it could be. But when she turned on the TV, it wasn't Shrek or SpongeBob.
Just get a VeggieTales?
It was Goosebumps.
Oh.
May have forgotten or may just be too young. But when I tell y'all this show used to give me nightmares, I mean nightmares. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be facing my fears. And I'll be going over some of the episodes that were buried deep in my subconscious with y'all. And in the end, I'll go over the episode that scared me the most as a child. So
honestly, I thought that he was going to say something like VeggieTales or what's another good one that scared kids a lot? Not Elmo. He already talked about Coraline on his channel. That's another one that people are terrified still to this day. I don't get it. Let's see. I know a lot of people were scared of the Wild Things, Where the Wild Things Go or something like that. Yeah. Anyways.
Strap in. Starting with the one known as the scariest to the general public.
The Haunted
Mask. We follow these two girls who stumble across this novelty shop in the middle of the night. And straight off the jump, turn around and go home. Please. These two girls are Sabrina, a.k.a. the main character's best friend. And our main character, Carly Beth. What kind of name? In typical horror fashion, our main character is fascinated by the novelty shop and wants to go in. I mean, it has scary mask and an ominous man watching them. Who wouldn't want to go in?
No.
But before she can even take a step into the shop, her best friend Sabrina tells her no.
Exactly.
That's a good friend. But after they leave, we see why Carly Beth was so interested in those scary looking masks. You see, Carly Beth is constantly being bullied in the form of people scaring her. These boys from school, her best friend, her little brother, all be scaring her because she's a big scaredy cat. And honestly, relatable. Not anymore, but I used to be the most sensitive, easy to scare kid on the face of the earth. And let me tell you, crying at every horror movie gets old. And it was starting to get old for Carly Beth too. The next day at school was the last straw. During lunchtime, the two boys that scared her from the night before come over to her table to apologize. Saying they were just joshing around, having some fun. But Carly Beth was not having it. She tells them whatever, just go away. But when they go away and Carly Beth takes a bite of her sandwich, she notices this PB&J is a little more chewy than normal and tastes a little like they put a live worm in her sandwich.
That's a crime. You can't tamper with people's foods, but of course, like, they're not going to go in depth. This is a Goosebumps kids show / adult show. Was it PG-13?
Man, that's not even a prank. That gotta be some form of attempted murder. Because this was the last straw for Carly Beth. She had been humiliated. Her self-esteem was destroyed. She was so mad, she destroyed her duck costume. It was getting serious. She wanted revenge. She was tired of being the one who's constantly scared. She wanted to finally be the one doing some of the scaring. So she goes to the one place where she knows she could find something scary. The novelty shop. Carly Beth gets in and is met with this creepy old dude who, although is hesitant at first, lets Carly Beth shop around. My dog. Carly Beth browsing around and she's not really rocking with any of the masks. They're not scary enough. Conveniently, though, she finds this back room that has exactly what she's looking for. A scary mask. But when she goes to grab it,
like
the old dude comes out of nowhere and tells her, "Nuh-uh, these masks are not for sale." Cardi Beth persists and tries to give him a whopping $30. Hold on, $30? But the old man still says no. Come on, dude.
Oh, that's good.
$30? That's like a meal at Chick-fil-A. What are you doing? Old dude tells her she's not ready for his
$30.
mask and it's super dangerous. But while he's explaining, Cardi Beth steals the mask and runs out. She's a thug. And for some reason, the old dude doesn't chase her. He just yells and closes the door. I mean, Cardi Beth finally got what she needed to get revenge on the bullies. But she was going to regret that real soon. Cardi Beth gets home and immediately puts the mask to work, scaring her little brother. And that was only the beginning. She suits up for Halloween, taking with her this weird replica of herself that her mom made for her.
Right, what?
I don't know.
That's
creepy enough. Sabrina to
what?
go looking for the bullies. She's hunting. And this is what we noticed. The mask is making Cardi Beth act a little more peculiar. Y'all like that word? Y'all like that? She's more aggressive, scaring random kids, scaring random moms, and even scaring Sabrina. Sabrina confronts her about this, and Cardi Beth's only answer is, "The mask made me do it." Okay, so if you grab me like that again and I'll punch you, just know my fist made me. Cardi Beth eventually runs away for some reason and stumbles upon exactly who she wanted to find. The bullies. And a perfect setting, too. She approaches them and they're immediately wetting their pants. Talking about how they was just goofing around and they only did those things to Cardi Beth because they liked her. Oh, how can we all be so stupid?
Classic.
The old worm in the sandwich movie.
Like, what?
Real panty dropper. Forgot about that one. Cardi Beth successfully scares them off after the replica head of herself whispers to the boys, "Help me." And Cardi Beth afterwards buries the replica head and returns home. I'm sure at this point some of you already know what's going on, but it gets even clearer when Cardi Beth gets home and is finally ready to take off the mask. But when she tries to, it hurts. She can't seem to take it off for some reason, so she asks Sabrina to help her. When Sabrina goes to check, she sees there's no line between the mask and Cardi Beth's skin. She even runs to the bathroom and sees the eyes in the mirror aren't her eyes anymore. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she has become one with the mask. This was insanely scary as a kid. Getting stuck as your Halloween mask? Nah. It's bad enough that it's this mask, because, let's be real, if you were stuck looking like that, you are not pulling a single person.
Not one. Let me tell you something. It low-key reminds me of the episode of Victoria's when she had done the mask thing for Jade and Kat, and she had a performance, and so they had to like go and remove it, and it literally took a special type of paste or chemical to get it off of her face in time so she could finish her performance. Nuts.
Scratch having kids off the list, please. But I think if it was one of those random funny masks, it'd be even worse. Like, imagine just trying to trick or treat one year, your mask gets stuck on you, and now you're stuck as the 44th President Barack Obama or something. Like, I ain't signed up for this. Cardi Beth runs back to the novelty shop where the old dude is waiting for her, and he explains to her that that's her new face now. Cardi Beth understandably starts tweaking out, but the old man interrupts her and tells her that there might be one last chance to remove it with a symbol of love. Self-love. He started explaining to her how he was just like her. He didn't love himself. He blah, blah, blah. This ain't about you. But before Cardi Beth could know what a symbol of self-love is, the other masks start floating off the shelf. This may look goofy, but you gotta understand, as a kid, this stuff was scary, bruh. Floating heads chasing you? Come on, buddy. Be real. It's a little scary. The heads chase Cardi Beth all the way back to the cemetery where she buried her replica head, and they start backing off as soon as she raises it up, accepting that the crybaby scaredy cat girl she tried to bury is her, and she should love her regardless. Cardi Beth is finally able to take off the mask. Woo!
What a lesson.
All right, let's go. Yep. She goes home and hugs her mom, who had been worried about her all night. And while they're talking about Cardi Beth's night, they turn around to see the little brother wearing the mask.
Snatch it off.
And then the episode ends. Pretty scary, Pretty scary. I don't know why she didn't just burn the mask or throw it away. But that's the one deemed the scariest to the general public. That's still not the one that I found the scariest. But before I go over that one, I have to go over one that I found almost as scary as the scariest for a different reason.
The cuckoo.
Unlike most Goosebumps episodes, this one doesn't have a possessed mask or a werewolf or anything like that. You're probably wondering, what makes it so scary? In this one, we follow a boy named Michael whose life might be worse than Cardi Beth's. Like Cardi Beth, he's constantly being bullied, but instead of it being some boys or his best friend or his little brother, it's his little sister.
Oh.
Sorry. And obviously, since she's the sweet, innocent little sister, she can mess with him and never get in trouble.
This also reminds me of Drake and Josh with Megan, the little sister, that used to prank them all the time. Oh, I love this.
Michael
Okay.
was sick of it. He wanted some payback. So the day his dad came home with one of those old big clocks and told his sister not to touch it, he saw an opportunity. He gets up in the middle of the night and makes his way towards the clock. And when he gets there, instead of doing, some actual noticeable damage, he just slightly turns the head of the bird that comes out the clock, which is, that'll show him. But when Michael wakes up the next day, things are different. Very different. It's his birthday. Mind you, his birthday had already passed. Like, it was a few days ago. So you know what that means. 2 B-days. Hey! Michael had gone back in time. And this is what I meant when I said this episode is scary for a different reason. Because every time Michael wakes up, he gets younger and younger. Going from a tween to a kid to a baby. That's scary. It is not like when he turns into a baby, he's back to having baby thoughts. No, he's just Michael with the mobility of a baby. I would hate that. Even at my lowest
Too
of
self-aware.
lows in life, I never, ever wanted to revert back to being a baby. I got too much left in the tank to stop. And he wouldn't have to stop that being stuck as a baby. Next day, he would have been back in the womb. The day after that, back in the sack. And eventually, ceasing to exist. Which is essentially death. Sort of. Luckily for Michael, though, he realized the way to prevent himself from getting any younger was to turn back the bird's head that he messed up earlier. Effectively saving himself from having to go back in the sack and essentially death.
Not back in the sack.
But like I said, although this episode is scary, it's still not the one I found the scariest.
What? Okay.
This title belongs to no other than The Night of the Living Dummy.
Okay.
In this one, we follow a girl named Amy, and unlike the other two protagonists before her, Amy has no bullies or anyone she wants to get revenge on. Nothing. Just an older and younger sibling, making her the middle child, so no one likes her. And she's definitely the most unique out of the three, too. You see, Amy's into a very, very random hobby that is ventriloquism. That's when people use dolls to talk and pretend like they're not talking, and you could have learned how to juggle or something. And one day while showing off her skills, her doll Dennis falls apart. Ah, bummer. Guess you gotta find something else to do. But luckily for Amy, her dad got her a new doll. A dummy named Slappy. But unlike Dennis, Slappy is no regular doll. You see, after Amy perfectly reads some Latin text that comes with Slappy, it turns out he's alive. And this stupid, ugly doll is the sole reason I could have watched this episode as a kid. For some backstory, I was already scared of dolls as a kid because of Chucky. So when I saw another evil-looking doll that likes to crack jokes, and he's ginger, it brought back trauma. I'm not going to sit here and act like Slappy was doing the same things Chucky was doing. Right. He wasn't murking people or anything. But he was doing something that as a kid could be perceived worse than death. He was getting Amy in trouble with her parents, messing up family paintings, making fun of her family. He even attacked a family friend. And all these things may seem tame, like no big deal, right? But imagine if Amy had immigrant parents. Oh. Yeah. After Slappy doing this and trying to murk Amy's dad would have got...
She would have been up out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing about that. It's just what he said, bro. Like...
My fault, Slappy. I didn't know you had it in you. Amy decides to finally get rid of Slappy by throwing him down a drain. And he does this funny scream when it happens. But that very same night, Slappy returns, threatening her family and telling Amy she will be his slave forever. Yeah, you could try saying that to her, Slapster, but try saying that to me, and you're going to end up trending on Twitter, buddy. At this point, Amy's sister finally sees that Slappy's actually alive, and they also realize Slappy is a doll, a hollow doll that you could like push over and kick and stuff. Right. It kind of makes my fear of this dude coming after me as a kid a bit irrational, but whatever. Slappy chases them around the house, eventually catching them off guard and tripping Amy. And as he was standing over her, talking about how the family belongs to him now or whatever, two things didn't make sense to me. One, why is the sister just watching him stand over him? And kick him. Why is Amy so hell-bent on grabbing the broom to attack Slappy? You literally just shoved him upstairs. Exactly. Kick the dude, bruh. Anyways, while Slappy is standing over Amy, out of nowhere, someone tackles Slappy, causing him to shatter his face on the fireplace, releasing the evil gas in his system. In the house? Amy and her sister are confused as the family comes downstairs, including her brother. Wait a minute. If the brother wasn't the one who tackled Slappy, then who did? Yeah. You see on the table, Amy's old dummy Dennis is alive. Oh. They gave him the voice of Goofy for some reason. Gosh, it's good to be back in the family. Boom. And then the episode ends. What? Slappy eventually returns again in Night of the Living Dummy 3 with frickin' Anakin Skywalker. Then he returns again in Bride of the Living Dummy where Slappy gets a shorty. What? And eventually returns a third time in the movies. But that Slappy sucks. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna end the video right here. Okay, I guess we found out what his scariest one was. Mine was like the tiki... I
think it was like the Tiki Tikis. That was one of my scariest ones. I was terrified, but I loved it. I like read the book first before I saw it on TV and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it's called the Tiki Tiki. The Tiki Tiki Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Dum, 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 dum. The Twisted Tale of Tiki Island. Okay. Yes. That one was mine. Mine was, ooh. Heebie-jeebies. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!